guys don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white.
Welcome to Breakfast with...
Breakfast with BS.
Give me a... You know what?
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it really
Welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends. And friends.
Thank you. Thanks.
Dicks.
You are talking about us, right?
I'm considering it. I am, of course, your host, Vince, and today we got producer One Pancake Virgil.
Yay, good morning.
And Sergio Top Down Cream Corn, which is Spot Sanchez.
All the rest.
Yeah.
Hello. From all of me.
You know what? I'm just going to start saying Sergio to be continued Sanchez because I can't freaking finish them all every
Just
week.
pick 3. Rotate them.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
That's going to be fair.
We are here, of course, at Senefani's in beautiful La Mesa, California, the jewel of the hills, fellas. It is always a pleasure. Sunday is my favorite day of the week.
It is. It truly is.
It's fun. I actually had told Fernando I'm unavailable at this time.
And for the audience who doesn't know, who is
Yeah.
Fernando?
Fernando is actually one of my former wrestling students. I taught him, basic stuff, but he credits me as his wrestling teacher. But he is the star of Battle Hero, which is a very successful web action series he does.
Based on Japanese tokusatsu.
Yeah, tokusatsu, mostly Kamen Rider. And
for those people that don't know, Kamen Rider is basically American Power Rangers, but with one guy.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
That's how I explained it to
Maybe a
Angel.
backup.
Yeah. So, getting back to the thing is that we want to be here, and that I don't care if I go on a web video or I don't go on a web video to become quote famous, but I'd rather be here.
On a podcast with no chance of being famous.
Nice.
Get in front of that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, fellas, what's new this week? All right. So, at the recording of this is the first post-Trump America Sunday since President-elect Trump won the election and shocked the world. He just even toured this bitch. He shocked the world. And I want to talk to you guys about something. Have you guys ever heard of the Bradley effect?
No.
Unless it's Charles Bradley? No.
No. All right. So the Bradley effect is less commonly known as the Wilder effect. It's a theory concerning observed discrepancies between voter opinion polls and election outcomes in the United States. It started when a former Los Angeles mayor, Tom Bradley, was running for governor.
Okay.
And by all polls, he was far and ahead the winner. When it came time to elect for election day, he lost.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be that guy and say that they're going to be on the wrong side of history for the most part.
I got you.
So I feel that this election was very much a Bradley effect scenario because you had the first female president coming off of one of the most popular American presidents. Was he the most successful? Not by any means. But that's okay because, god damn it, the man was entertaining.
Oh yeah.
But I think what a lot of media got wrong was the actual feel of this election, because it was very much pushing an agenda this whole goddamn time. A lot of little people were oversighted and slighted in all of this, and it turned out the way it turned out because nobody was truly paying attention to this.
Yeah.
To add further was the fact that I think the Democratic Party was the biggest architect of their self-destruction.
Hoisted on their own petard.
A reason being, they nominated Hillary, despite the fact that she's not the most popular candidate by far, even amongst the Democratic Party itself.
But
so once you have that kind of
even then, they were pushing their own agenda and narrative because it basically came out that they were against Bernie Sanders from the start, who was the most popular vote.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, fellas, but you guys know me, and here's where I'm going to get into Vince is an asshole territory.
By all means.
I don't care. I didn't vote. That day I voted for Linkovich, Chomowski, and Stoney. That's right. While everybody was out voting, I was watching Encino Man on Netflix. I believe you both got my text saying Encino Man is on Netflix. USA.
No, but you made it clear that you weren't going to.
Yeah.
So.
But what's killing me is a lot of Bernie voters went Trump.
Yeah.
Because he was
out of spite, really.
Out of spite, out of disillusion,
Yeah.
disenfranchisement, just fed up with the system. I mean, say what you will about Trump, him running Republican or whatever. He had to run Republican. There's no way he was going to win without by being an
He
independent.
was not going to get a Democratic nomination.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
So,
Even though he has been,
you know, what Trump did was show light in the flaws in both systems and broke the system, basically. Things are going to be probably the same as always. That's why I'm not fucking out here marching, going, No. Is shit going to get weird? Yes, if we let it get weird.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, I think a lot of people are very tired of being PC. I know I'm not one because I'm not PC. And two, yes, there was the hate, the racial tone and all of this, which was never good. I mean, I got a little swarthy in my skin. And is there a little part of me that goes, oh my God, what if they just start rounding people up? I'm going to be lying if I said that's not going through my mind. But, you know, I'm an American citizen. I was born here. But guess what? Back in the 40s, they were gathering up American citizens and deporting their asses. They didn't care.
Or locking them up in for,
like the Japanese internment
Yep.
in World War
Yeah,
II.
that's-
right?
that's a
Those are
perfect
actual
example.
citizens. Yeah.
But that's America. That's, you know, it's not perfect, but it's ours. And still, today, we are far better than a lot of other places. You know, we're not throwing acid in women's face for trying to go to school. Unless you know, so.
But it's important.
You know,
It's important we don't rest on our laurels, right?
No.
Because if you're not constantly moving forward, then you have situations where you can potentially regress, and I think that's the fear in people's minds. You know, racial tensions are at an all-time high in this country. Not since the 1960s have they been like this.
But then,
and,
again,
it
how
just-
much of that is the news feeding that? Honestly,
The media has a lot to do with it.
honestly, what kills me is that we're not referred to as men or women or whatever. It's always a black man, a brown man, or whatever. Why can't I just be a fucking man? You know, only people that should be dignified by skin color is in a police report when you're trying to get a description of the person. News media should not be going
Right.
black man or this or whatever, black lives.
Yeah.
No, these are American lives. We're Americans. You know, in the census, it should not be how many black people do you have in your household, how many brown people you have in your household. It should just be American male, American female, you know, non-American. I don't even know if the legal's on it. I don't know. I never filled out a census card. But it should be designated that way. Because we need to start seeing ourselves as one,
Yep.
or we're all doomed. Because it's just feeding a narrative that is hurting everybody.
So I agree with you in the sense that the media is responsible because they're competing for people's attention on an all-time scale. You know what I mean? So what's gonna be the thing that gets viewers is gonna be the controversial thing. The world's going to shit. The fact that if you're this group or that group or that group, you're under attack. To kind of try to, to try to create this tension, even where tension doesn't necessarily need to exist. Like Vin says, we've come so far when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to the rights of other ethnic minorities. Why can't we just, focus on that, build on that? Stop talking about it in terms of, Black Lives Matter. You know what? Shut it down. I'm sorry. Shut it down. You know why? Because all it's doing is just promoting for whatever good they think that they're doing. Whatever good you think they're doing, anybody who believes in the Black Lives Matter, it is hurting the situation because it is talking about the situation in the wrong context. It is not addressing the situation. So basically, with Black Lives Matter, it means it's like, okay, so now does that mean that other lives don't matter? And even if that's not the message you're promoting, it creates that context for that discussion. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
How come Black lives only matter when it comes to police brutality and not when it comes to hurting each other?
Yeah.
I mean, you have more black on black crime than you do black on police or police on black crime by a giant margin. That's
Because it's not a media, unless it's a tension with another ethnic group, there's nothing, it's not a good sell in the media.
Yeah, I mean, because given our history of how we treated, Black lives or whatever, I think that's a sore spot that, it's like that wart that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, oh, here comes the wart. Let's prey on this and let's make some money or whatever it is what the media wants. Okay, so here's my thing is like, and I will tell everyone that I am no party. I have no affiliation with any party. I only feel that I should vote for the person who's going to do the right job.
Partisan politics.
And the whole thing with, everyone is, in this case, I felt half or, whatever it was voting for their team.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was that, we were everyone but Trump. We were anyone but Hillary. And that's the thing is like...
But still having to choose between those two.
Yeah,
there's no
But then
third-party candidate.
what kills me is, there was a third-party candidate, Gary Johnson, but he wasn't taken seriously. There was a bunch of write-ins. Half the country didn't vote.
Yeah, more than half, I think.
Yeah,
Wasn't like 51%?
Well, more than half. And
that's sad, man. That goes to show you, though.
But that goes to show you people didn't care. They were just so tuned out of this election.
Well,
he was no Barack. Hillary couldn't unite all those people, and nobody cared to vote.
Right.
Talked himself out of those votes.
Right.
Most people just wanted it to be over.
But again, what killed me is everybody that's on the social media warriors that are going, oh well, it's your fault that Hillary lost because you voted for anybody who voted third party, for anybody who did a write-in. Bullshit. That's their fucking vote, regardless of how you feel, how they voted, how they should have voted.
We're all collectively to blame. You know what I mean? For this situation.
Yeah. Guess what? You could yell at me for not voting. I don't care. That was my choice as an American, and I was granted that choice by the Constitution, and I'm okay with that. Am I okay to go 4 years under Trump? Yes. Is it time to rebuild? Absolutely.
Good, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. But like I said, in jest, in Supreme Emperor Vince, we need to blow up the system and start anew. We need to get rid of third party politics and start taking away a lot of those powers that they've garnered themselves. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But it's up to us as Americans to find a way to change the system, whether it's from within or from without. It is up to us as individuals, and taking to the streets and being stupid and violent on both sides does not fucking help anybody. Trump winning does not give you a license to beat up a homosexual or a person of color. People of color and of different genders does not give you the right to fucking slander anybody who has a different opinion of you than yours. All right, and that's the God's honest. And we really need to start fucking realizing, again, going back to my earlier statement, we are one goddamn country. We are a country of men and women, regardless if you've chosen to become a woman or a man later on in life. I don't give a rat's ass. If you're gay, straight, fucking pansexual, asexual,
Whatever.
LBGT, freaking bacon, lettuce, and tomato, I don't give a rat's ass, alright? You chose to be whatever you are, whether you were born that way, God created you that way, or whatever the hell you believe. That's your belief. That's not mine. Alright? And I will be damned fucking sure that this place will be better for it if you start looking at humanity, us as human beings, than just a name, a number, and a fucking color.
That was a very emotional, but very to the point, and and
I swear I'm not normally that smart.
No, dude, I'm telling you, you're not giving yourself enough credit. I mean, we've had some really good conversations.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. So give yourself more credit, man.
Shit.
But you dropped your pepper or whatever it is. So anyway, what do you look for? Okay.
I'm laughing at myself.
Okay. So, and I'll give you an account of how this whole thing, at least for me, kind of came out with.
You sound like you're about to have an anxiety attack.
Oh no,
on
I
Tuesday.
did. No, I did. Okay, so when I left work, and everything started rolling in, and my coworker said, "Hey, go on this website, and they're pretty good about predicting what's going to happen." And boy, was that wrong. It was wrong. And then because when I saw that people were posting every maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then the picture they had on their header was very wrong. But the posting that was happening, the blogging was up to date, and I was like, oh, they better change this graphic now. But they weren't.
What was the graphic like?
Just saying that the predictability of Hillary winning was way further along than Trump. But anyway,
well, yeah, I think Trump was 1,000 to 1 or something like that.
I don't know.
In the Vegas odds.
Whatever.
I would have fucking put money on that shit.
Oh, man.
I'd be wearing gold silk boxers right now.
Oh, wow. So, in any case, as it was coming along, my stomach was really turning into knots. I was like, oh my God, this is not good, you know? And then an Angel went to go drop off her ballot, and I called her and I said, where are you? And she said, I'm dropping my ballot. And she's like very like, you know, melodic, sing-songy in her voice. I said, are you watching or are you hearing anything? Like, oh yeah, I'm listening to the radio. And I said, you need to come home. I think I'm having a panic attack right now. And she goes, why? I'm like, please just come home, you know? And so when she got home, when we hugged each other, I was shaking. And then my heart was beating really fast and stuff. And, you know, and that, what does that tell you? I mean, I'm a rational human being, but I was freaking out. And once they announced, well, she had fallen asleep, but I was like watching it the whole time. And I was trying to tell her, I said, do you realize what this is saying to people, that we elect a man who makes fun? I mean, this is the worst thing that, for me, that's why I would never vote for him, because he made fun of someone who had disabilities. Yeah. You know, my family has disabilities, and what does that tell our children in school? That we elect a man who did that. Oh, it's okay for them to do that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it just kind of like, hey, well, this guy bullied everyone, and you know, he says things about women, and he does all these things, and he still gets elected. I guess it's okay. And we saw that if you were online or anything like that, you saw this video of all these kids in Michigan saying, "Build that wall, build that wall." Holy shit! That's what I'm mostly worried about. I don't care what's happening in government, because what happens in government we have no part of, other than voting. Yeah. But but the government doesn't do anything about, at our level, where we have to control our kids and teach them this is not right to do, or this is what you know. They're not in the trenches with us.
They don't live in our America.
Even then, though, the government should not be doing that. Yeah. It's up to us as an individual to teach our kids these things.
This is true. But what do you do? What do you do? Okay, because the thing is, when you have mob rule, or when you have all these people who, you know, just all of a sudden just like, oh, go with the flow with either hate or love or whatever it is. Yes, government should not be involved with that, but they should be supporting peace. This is what we signed up for. When we came to this country, we didn't, or when people want to become citizens here, they come here for opportunity, the right to be able to do something without being harassed, and you know, and we can't control that, you know, through our communities. If you don't have some type of law or some type of constitutional rights,
banning free speech.
Yeah, but it's not saying banning free speech. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the hate crimes and the things that, you know, kind of, you know, what have you seen any good that comes out of hate? There's really not a whole lot. What you're trying to do is you're trying to open minds and say, hey, look, we're going to work with what we have. Right. The best that we can do, you know, and that's our survival instinct as humans and animals or whatever. Yeah. So, but if you don't even give that type of idea to younger people, then they just grow up thinking that this is what it is. And I had spent the whole night. If I dozed off, I only dozed off for a half hour. I didn't sleep that night at all. Because I was fearing for my family, I was fearing for my nephew, my brother. You know, people who don't understand from, I don't want to say, you know, because Angel is Caucasian, I was saying, you know, I'm not sure if you really understand from my point of view, because you don't have a history of being enslaved, or you don't have a history of this. It's you know, and I'm not, and like I said, what my opinion or what my thoughts are, it's not, you know, it's not saying it can't be changed or whatever. But in this case, you know, I have been harassed or something just walking across the street, and that's horrible to think that.
Well,
no, it's okay.
You were pulling a rickshaw.
Rick shot to school and I was just working, man. Anyway, so
Joke. Gotta lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so what I'm just trying to say is, given the result that we have, I will go into it, just give the guy a chance. We'll see what happens. And if it becomes to a part where we are losing our civil rights, not by government, because they're supposed to retain those, but for people, they need to say something to the people, like, hey, you can't be acting like assholes. I mean, it's your constitutional right, you can, but why would you? What is the point?
I enjoy it.
Yeah, okay, but that's for selfish reasons. Even all the other countries were freaking out.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I've never seen this happen, ever. So
here's, you want to?
No, go for it.
So here's my take on it. Some of the young people in my life that I've actually talked to since the election, I've apologized to. I have. Said, I'm sorry. This is not the country. You know what I mean? And it's not Trump's fault. Okay? And I'll tell you what. All of you people that are out there rioting because Trump, okay, stop it. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Okay? You are not helping. Okay? You're not helping. Stop it. You know what you need to do? Get in the classroom, get educated, educate your kids.
Education.
Okay? And fight for your rights. Fight for your rights any other way, you know what I mean? Rather than going and lighting a freaking car on fire in the middle of the street. I know you're pissed. Channel that energy. Channel into something positive, because that's the only way we're going to change it. Because it's not about Trump. It's about the system that created a society where Trump is basically the best that we can do. Are you kidding me?
No.
So, it's sad, it's sad. And you really do, you look around and you're like, is this really, we joke about not feeling like we have any connection to this world anymore, you know what I mean? It seems like every day, something happens where, it furthers that feeling more and more. But the thing is, what are you going to do? This is our America, man, and we have to fight for it. And if you don't like it, then you got to make a change. But the thing is, going outside and rioting is not going to help. I mean, Vince, am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think?
Well, there was a saying I learned a while ago that I truly, truly love. When injustice becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. So...
That's really good. I hadn't heard that.
Thank you. Saw it on a t-shirt. So, we're getting to be at that time. I'm going to try to leave you with a little bit of positivity.
Please. This has been a very...
I'm going to try. Right now, Trump hasn't done nothing to demand these protests and outrage. Right now, he's president-elect. And even then, we need to give him time to fuck it up. Remember, it was the exact same way when Barack Obama got promoted, just from the other side.
Right.
Now it's our turn. But remember, the Democrats also lost the Senate, and they lost the House.
Right.
So the Democrats just failed across the board here. So, I've always said we need to blow up the system and start again. But it's up to us to educate ourselves. It's up to us to inspire others to action and to bring this change into the world. If you're looking for career politicians to do it for you, no, they're not. They're in it for themselves. As best intentions they had when they started, guess what? They sold their soul a long time ago on both sides. I mean, Hillary was just pandering to whatever audience she was in front of, and that's why nobody really trusted her, because it's just one scandal after another and pander after another. She got on the side of the angels when it was convenient for her.
Yeah.
So she never had my vote to begin with. Only person I could have believed in was Bernie Sanders for the most part, and even then, a lot of his socialist ideas I was against.
Hey, well, if you can have Trump, that means you can have Bernie.
Yeah. So again, we gotta, dare to look for other people to support. Invite a third party. Yeah. Think about it seriously. Don't just go, oh, well, it's a two-party system. No, we created this goddamn system. It's up to us to change it. Think about that as we're getting ready to wrap it up. And I'm going to leave you with just something to think about. It's one of my favorite songs from Elvis Costello. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Me, Virgil, and Sergio, we're three completely different individuals. We all have our own beliefs. Sometimes I say things they don't agree with. Other times they say things I don't agree with. But I have more love for these two men sitting in front of me than some of my own family members we share blood with. You know, why can't you do that with a stranger? I'm not saying you gotta love them, but listen to them. You know, don't let your ideas turn into concrete. Keep them open. Maybe you can change your idea. Maybe you can find a better way. Don't just stick to one conviction, because convictions can lead you down a road you might never come back from. Keep an idea.
Yeah.
You know, ideas can change. They can evolve. Please, love your neighbor. You don't have to like them, but if you get their story, maybe you're like, okay, this person next to me is human. And start looking at people as a goddamn human being, and not as a color, not as a race, not as a religion.
Not as a sex, not as a gender, not as a...
Thanks for stopping by. You know where to find these guys if you want to get a hold of them. Just know that we love you. We don't know you, but we love you. You're a human being. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get the check.